I have. Sorry. My voice. My voice is knackered.
I have reached puberty.
Yeah. This week, I have reached puberty. No, this week, I have gone to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
It's a title for a film.
I think it's better than the last one.
Yeah, I mean, how was it? It's fine. You know what I mean?
Don't mind the title.
Yeah, title's fine. So this is obviously the latest Indiana Jones film, the last Indiana Jones film. Harrison Ford is back as the titular character. He's also joined by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who plays Helena, who is his goddaughter, the daughter of his old kind of archaeology buddy, Basil Shaw, played by Toby Jones. And it's basically him trying to get to the other part of the Antikythera, which is Archimedes' dial.
Is it Archimedes?
Yes,
Oh.
before the bad Nazi man, Dr. Voller, played by Mads Mikkelsen, gets there first. So it's Indiana Jones versus Nazis, again, because that's what he does best, punching Nazis.
Go Nazis!
No.
Stop it.
It's not. I enjoyed it. To be honest, it's a hell of a lot better than Temple of Crystal Skull. A hell of a lot
What's a
better.
low bar?
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
That was my biggest worry.
So it doesn't hit the heights of the first three, but I don't think it ever was going to be. But I think Harrison Ford knew that Crystal Skull didn't see that character off well, and he's even come out of it like in interviews and said like, feel like I needed to kind of draw a line properly under the character and see him off properly. So, and it's perfectly good, like joyful film. Like I don't really have much issues with it really for an Indiana Jones in his 80s. You know, this ain't going to be an Indiana Jones in his 30s, is it? So,
No.
and it does a perfectly good job of actually kind of placing that character in situations for an 8-year-old, you know, action hero. Do you know what I mean? So it's, and this sees him like kind of globe-trotting all over the place, like finding clues and going to different places. We start the film as well with a flashback scene. So we start the film it's right at the end of the war. We have some de-aging technology on Harrison Ford. I think it looks really good. I've seen people complain. I just think it's because they know what he looks like now and what he used to look like. And de-aging isn't 100% there, but I think this is probably some of the best de-aging I've seen. And that opening segment with it's this kind of fight within a town and on a train, I thought it was really good.
Belongs in a museum.
And he says that a few times. And that opening section feels very Indiana Jones. It feels like something you could easily have put in any of the other three, including the dialogue, including like some of the fights and some of the kind of, you know, like the just kind of like he taps a soldier on the head and he turns around and he gives him a bop. Like it feels very Indiana. Yeah, like it feels very Indiana Jones. I was disappointed because this isn't in the film when he kicks a Nazi off the train that he didn't say "Get off my train." Next to
Get off my plane.
So that kind of sets up the whole story. His kind of first interaction with Mads Mikkelsen's character, the friendship he has with Toby Jones. They find the Antikythera and only one half of it, and through the story we find that Basil has spent his whole life trying to find the other half. And that's where his daughter comes into it. She's kind of now trying to find the other half and relying on kind of Indiana to help her with that. Yeah, I mean, but the action is pretty solid. It like I said, it does what you'd expect for the constraints they have. I don't think it's not as over the top as Crystal Skull at all. There's no like nuking in the fridge. There's no swinging with monkeys. Like it's over the top, but not as, you know, it's in keeping with the rest of the other Indiana Jones films.
Yeah.
So it feels perfectly fine. I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge does a really good job with Helena. Like, I think she's really fun. She's got good dialogue. I know she is writing the Tomb Raider series for Amazon.
She is.
Based on this, I think she could pull off a Lara Croft. I know she's. I think she's 42 now, so it would be an older Lara Croft. Not
no,
but I think that. I think that she'd pull it off based on this, and just like the kind of character, based on the kind of character she is in this. I think if you made that her into Lara Croft, it would fit. But yeah, it's really good. And John Rhys-Davies is back as Salah for a bit of a cameo here and there.
Nice. Is Shia LaBeouf in it?
No, Shia LaBeouf isn't in it, but they do address that. So I appreciated them taking the time, effort to go into why he's not around. So
do it.
And there's just there's moments in this film that are like where they step back away from the action, and there's moments of pathos, and it allows Indiana Jones to be more of a human than he's ever been. Like there's real emotion to some of the stuff that he talks about in this film, and his regrets and things like that. So I think it kind of adds a new dynamic to the character in that sense. He's not just a wisecracking fun adventurer. He's actually, he's old and he kind of has issues, and it's dealing with that. Boyd Holbrook is also in this as one of the basically the second man to Dr. Voller. He's kind of I would say muscle, but he's not his muscle, because his muscle is a guy called Olivia Richer, who is 7'2" and absolutely fucking huge, and he's just throwing people around in this film, and it's a lot of fun. I fully enjoyed it. I mean, I get people's complaints. I don't get the complaints I've seen where people are, this is fucking terrible, blah blah blah. Like, I think people are just so negative these days.
But then people probably like the Transformers films, mate. Don't worry about it.
I try not to be too negative about films unless it's Jurassic Park: Fallen Kingdom.
Which was terrible.
Yeah, I genuinely, if I don't like a film, I'll say I don't like it, and then I kind of move on. But there are people
you don't stick up for it for no reason.
It will just go on and on and on. But like this, for me, is a perfectly serviceable summer blockbuster. You aren't, like I said, you aren't going to get what you got with Raiders or Last Crusade or anything like that. You're not getting that. That's not what this is about. But I think it does a perfectly good job of kind of putting a line under that character and saying, right, that's it. Indiana Jones, no more. And he's not coming back. He's not being rebooted. Not while Kathleen Kennedy's still alive, at least, because I basically stood an interview to her today, and she said, no, he's never coming back as that character if it's not Harrison Ford, and he doesn't want to do it anymore. So, and also it has a kid in this. Ethan Isidore plays a kid called Teddy. He's like a little pickpocket character who's with Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character. He's really good. He's not an annoying child. He's actually really fun. And it's hard these days to have a character like that, a kid character that's not annoying in this kind of film.
I'm very much looking forward to watching this in a few weeks on Disney Plus. Really am.
That's the problem, isn't it?
It's not a problem for me, mate.
No, I mean the problem with we're kind of discussing this in our Discord about films like this now not doing as much money, and it's stopped putting them on Disney Plus in 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Give it 6 to 7 months and make people go to the cinema to see it.
Oh, and if it were 8 months, I'd have to go and see it now. Do you know what I mean?
It's a 3 out of 5 film.
Yeah,
perfectly good. Has a really nice ending that kind of draws a line on it. Goes a bit. The CGI is a bit shonky in some places. I don't understand why they kind of went to places like Sicily yet still use backdrops created by images. Like at times you're just like, you can tell it's CGI. Why?
Was a lot filmed during the pandemic?
They had some of that constraints, but they still did a lot of location shooting. Not like Crystal Skull, where they did like a lot in America. It's James Mangold, so the guy who did Logan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's they have said that he did consult with Spielberg and Lucas, and when they needed a few things, and there's a few Spielbergian kind of.
I was going to say Spielberg's not going to let him stray too far from the visual.
Yeah.
There's got to be something in there. Do 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 do.
Obviously, the music's great. The music's always going to be good in it, but
yeah,
I think John Williams' last score, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I think he's retiring.
I think Harrison Ford's pretty happy with it. So if he's happy to kind of see the character
better than
off.
Crystal Skull.
Oh, it's much better than Crystal Skull.
Oh, isn't it?